this morning you can see me leaving Signet behind, and the reason is I've got to move both boats, so need to fill up with water with that one. Kind of need to move both of them anyway, and we were in a quandary as to what to do. And we were going to move down to where I showed you those lakes in the sky last week, but we've decided we're going to move the other way. I will still do something about that down there and show you, because it is very, very nice. But it's more of a movement of necessity this week than pleasure. With me having to go back down to work next week, I want to make sure Camille's in a good place so she's got access to stuff. And down there would be way too far. So yeah, I'm going to have a solo run. And this is where I'm going to miss Badger in Signet, because I can turn Signet around where she is. I've got to go all the way down here about 30 minutes, turn around and come 30 minutes back, and I'm going to have to get used to that, but it's worth it. So, down to the winding hole, half an hour journey, turn second chance around, head back to Signet. Signet, we can just spin round where she is. A little bit of sunshine. Now the winding hole should be just past this bridge, and then I'm going to attempt to turn the big beast round and then head back the other way. So yeah, I mean, all the hours I've saved in not having to do this on Badger and Signet, this is the trade-off for a bigger space though. This is assuming I can turn around. Success. Going to reverse a second. To spin around. I kind of messed up because I kind of tried to put the bow into the little, there's like a little section there that they use for the winding hole, and I kind of thought, I don't know, I'll put the bow in and reverse back and then, you know, sort of kick the arse end out and then spin around. Didn't work. Got wedged a bit like the Suez Canal incident. So I reversed back out again, and then I came in the second time, and as I kind of pulled the back end, the stern in, and then spun around that way, that seemed to work better. Whether it was the correct way of doing it or not, success. I'm now heading back the other way. It's going to be a big learning curve driving the bigger boat. I'm going to seek the advice of people who know better than me, and there are a lot of people that know better than me. There is an infinite amount of people that know better than me. But I'm figuring it out. It's all part of the fun. Didn't crash, didn't sink, didn't hit anybody, didn't hurt anybody. No one saw me make mistakes. Happy days. But I'm admitting to them, see? Humility. You live and you learn. Well, that's second chance spun around. Took me half an hour there, half an hour back, and a bit of shenanigans spinning around. Now I'm going to spin Signet around, which will take 5 minutes. Alright, apologies for the wind and the microphone. I haven't got any fancy mics yet, although I am thinking of getting some very soon. This is going to be a first for us. We're going to be going in convoy because Camille's going to be driving Signet, and she has her little kiddie step so she can see where she's going. And I'm going to be in Second Chance, and we're going to be going in convoy. And I kind of wish we had CB radios like in the movie Convoy, so yeah, but we don't. So we can't be doing any rubber duck and 10-4 and all that. But maybe in the future, But yeah, I'm quite excited because we've never done anything like this in the 4 years we've been on the canals, where one of us is driving one boat and one's driving another. I mean, it's not wildly exciting for any of you guys in the viewing, but for us, it's quite novel. So yeah, hopefully we won't crash into each other because it's bound to be my fault. Yeah, but it's a water run and we have to move location because we've been here for 2 weeks already, so time to move on. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's go. This is weird, but if I'm smiling, it's got to be good. It's such a weird feeling to know that that boat coming through the bridge behind me is actually being driven by Camille. So it looks like we got ourselves a convoy. Now we're in Convoy. A simple journey though, straight up to Fazeley Junction, fill up with water, hang a right, and then look for somewhere nice to moor. I'm going to take the opportunity at the moment just to thank all you guys who have recently subscribed, and the ones who've subscribed in the past, of course. I've been quite surprised that we've hit over 3,000 subscribers because I'm not a wildly entertaining guy, and it's not like a wildly entertaining channel, but I like to think that it's kind of grounded and, you know, it's real as much as we can make it real. I do take the occasional second take when I've fluffed my words. But we've had over 500 new subscribers since we bought Second Chance, and I realise a lot of you guys want to see all the nitty-gritty renovations and stuff like that, and that will happen, but essentially, like as I've said before, this is just like a memory store for me and Camille of all the little adventures that we've had along the way since we entered this watery world. And for those of you that have chosen to get on board and follow us along that journey, yeah, thanks. And all the comments that I get, I really enjoy responding to more, and people from all over the world have had some very nice things to say, so thank you very much. Right, well, we've got 1,000 litres now because 2 boats to fill up, so it's going to take us a while. Very thirsty boats, exactly. So, yeah, well, it's a good job you made me some coffee, Cam. I don't know what I'll be doing otherwise, but yeah, these are the necessity. We didn't move Second Chance last week. I just moved Signet back and forward, but because we have to move both boats today, we'll fill both of them up. I'm quite enjoying this his and hers arrangement though. Yeah. And we're off again. This is just feels super weird, but I like it. This his and hers arrangement. might be a little hard to let go of when the time comes, but at the moment the plan is still to sell Signet when we're finished on Second Chance. We shall see. You know, I think I'm going to invest in some walkie-talkies, because not only were they invented in Leicester, I'll have you know, but they'll be quite useful. Junction coming up, I can let Camille know it's all clear in case she's wondering if there's boats coming, etc, etc. And it'd be quite, I say quite fun, she might get really irritated with me asking her stuff, but I think it would be quite fun as well. And also there's that nostalgia for me, because when I was a kid I always wanted a CB, especially after watching Convoy. I never got one, never got an Atari neither. Truth be told, I don't know if the novelty will wear off, but it's quite nice having two boats. I mean, I know there's the extra expense of licence and insurance, but I can see that when this one's finished, unless it's just absolutely dynamite, that we'll be very reluctant to give up this duality. Now on Signet, the mechanical seal means I don't have to pack the stern gland, which is saved us an awful lot of greasy gooiness, and on Badger they put the stern gland, the way you repack the stern gland and then tighten it before and after every trip, they'd put it in a really inconvenient place, so you were doing sort of engine room yoga to sort of contort yourself to get it on. This one's a little better, but it's still like around there. I've seen plenty of boats that have them in plain sight, really easy and accessible, so I think I'm going to relocate it. And one of the many jobs that we do on Second Chance is relocate that so that it's effortless, because I'm still having to sort of do it by feel, because I can't fit my big head around the corner there. Right, so I shall get that back on and squeeze it tight. That's about me done for, and then I'm going to go on a beer run. I'm gagging for a beer. One more small chore that we did while we were moving was juice up the power bank, because we realised that we can do that now. So it's the first time we've done it while we've been in motion. So while we have to move the boat, juicing up the leisure batteries as it would do normally, it's also juiced up the power bank, so we've not had to break out the generator. So all those little plans that we're making for future and how we will operate in the future, they're all slowly starting to fall into place. A long way to go. Okay, well, today has been a day of chores, mundane chores. However, one of my subscribers, Nancy Mattingly, you asked me how we dry our laundry, and that's how we're drying our laundry. We've always been after one of these little tiller gadgets. You can put umbrellas or whatnot in, or a drying rack. And weirdly, Second Chance came with one, so we didn't have to go looking. So yeah, that's one of the ways that we dry them. And we've also got ones that hang from the side of the boat as well. And then obviously in the winter, the ones that we've got that hang from the side of the boat will hang inside. And then you've got the fuel stove belting out loads of heat. So yeah, that's how we dry the laundry. Dead exciting, but that's the answer to that question. This is domestic bliss, by the way, drinking a plum porter while the laundry dries. Doesn't get better than that. So as dull as today's been, we've done chores and we've done our first convoy, and it's been rather successful. And little things, like we said earlier, are falling into place. So yeah, the plan's coming together, as Hannibal from the A-Team would say. Yeah, a long way to go yet though. So I'm going to leave you with a bit of the montage.